who do we have on the blue team this time around, Gander?
Blue team's the top one, right?
Yes.
My displays
their outlines
colors.
are blue. Oh,
okay. Alright, this is Game 2 of the DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 15. This is the finals. And we have Cheese Enema versus Blind Pick Banditos, second game. A very interesting thing to note is Cheese Enema opted to completely ban out the player Zimike. They banned all of his normal champions that he plays, Lulu, Sona, Janna, Teemo, and Lux. They banned all of them, so he's playing Zyra in this game. But Cheese Enema's team, they've got Archos playing as Malphite, Lerch playing as Xin, Kraogg playing as Fizz, Wawix playing as Vayne, Chavez Obama playing as Maokai. I'm Gander of Vato Clan casting, and with me is...
Chobra here on the bottom side of the screen. Let me introduce you to the team that currently has a 1-0 lead in the finals. It is Blind Pick Banditos. It is Zimike on Zyra, Talith PA on Jayce, Eulalia on Yorick, Jaja on Riven, and a Parkhurst on Amumu. So excited for this game. We are waiting for Wawix to load in, and I'm okay for waiting for that because I know it will be worth it. This is going to be awesome.
Wawix has Windows 95 loaded on a baked potato.
And someone just pointed out in chat, there's also no exhaust. Not only do we see a surge, there is not a single exhaust in the entire game.
We saw it last game. Last game there was only one exhaust in the entire roster.
Oh, that's true.
In this one it's going to be kind of the same thing. And this means that team fights are going to be a little weird. You're not going to be able to completely shut down that high damage AD champion like Vayne or Xin or Riven or Jayce. You're not going to be able to just bam, you're not going to be able to do that. But Cheese Enema does have Malphite on their team. Now Malphite just is going to be really useful against Jayce and Riven. Because I'm you know, that ground slam frozen heart, that's like wombo combo, you don't get to have attack speed. It's going to be really good.
I messed up my timer for a split second here. What time are you
21,
on?
22, 23, 24, 25, 26,
Alright.
28.
I'm like half a second. No, I think I finally caught up. Yes, I finally caught up.
It could just be latency between me saying the number and you hearing it, because I have to go through that series of tubes. Sapling, you're floating! Sapling, that's not safe! Okay, you have floor now, it's fine. I just want to make this the most outlandish cast I've ever done. I'm just too hyped. I'm like so hyped. I just want to like pick up a steel chair and just like throw it. It's like, yeah! It's so awesome. Floating sapling! It's not safe, little sapling! Oh, there you go. No, he's
nope.
like Mega Man physics. Mega Man physics. Right there.
I don't know, man. I don't even see a pistol when I zoom in, but...
What? Yeah, well, actually, if you look at it from the right... Oh my god! If you look at... Depends on what angle you're looking at from.
Oh, that's true. There's the angle factor in League of Legends, but the summoner platforms will be finished. And are they really going to go for bot?
What? I don't understand the world anymore.
Cheese Enema is here to show us what is up, what can be done.
So in these finals, the loser is the meta.
They are setting up for an early game.
They just really hate Eulalia.
And they jump right over onto Eulalia. They just want to shut Eulalia down right away. They're going to get the Boneyard immediately, even with the revive. What can Yorick do single-handedly? I don't know. The neutralize is going to be instant. Maokai uses Twisted Advance on the minion to come through, and it's a 4v2 immediately on bot lane. This is groundbreaking, and that is an immediate recap for Cheese Enema without losing a single champion. Of course, that leaves Malphite alone, but there's so much time that Blind Pick Banditos didn't have time to react immediately, and someone is going to have time to come and help him defend, and it's going to be Xin. Vayne has actually teleported back to come a little bit sooner, and it's going to be a 3v3 defend here at the refineries. And Zyra is sieging quite well with those plants, but it's still going to be similar to a early fight at the windmill where it's going to just be a little bit of a poke war.
But there's going to be that defender's advantage because of the fact that their summoner platform is in such close proximity to it. They do get a neutral down at the bottom point, though Riven is down there for that, which means it's going to be a 4v3-ish top right here. Parker's taking a lot of damage. See how well Zyra can defend up here. Parkhurst low on health. The defensive Garrison goes down on that tower right there. Parkhurst getting low. Are they going to be able to get him down? Yes, they are, but who is going to be their next victim? It looks like they want to go for Zimike, but they are just too low on health. People dying on the same millisecond right there. You need an atomic clock to track that. And Blind Pick is going to be in control of the windmill. That looked like such a solid play, but the damage up there was just too good. Blind Pick was able to secure that.
The early Garrison on that tower just absolutely demolished a part of Cheese Enema's aggression there. Xin Zhao actually didn't really have an option but to try to retreat, and by doing so lost out on a lot of damage and also got taken out immediately as Maokai goes for the Storm Shield. We see Vayne in a ton of trouble, getting pinched by 3 people. There's a good condemn though, dodges the bandage toss because of that, but is absolutely cornered. No way of escape. Going to go down. I was like, why is she not dead? But there is a huge Malphite coming in, boulder-sized rock, and gets the unstoppable force. But there's Crystal Sad Mummy that's going to reset the fight for a second. They still have the tower advantage here for Cheese Enema, but there's Zyra's ultimate, resetting the fight once again in favor of Banditos. It's a 4v2. The tower is neutralized. No one is touching Zimike. There's finally the interruption coming up from Xin Zhao, but Zimike is not happy about that, going to chase Xin Zhao away. Xin Zhao jumps in, and there is the root. Xin Zhao actually might be able to trade her if it was a 1v1, but no, the plant is going to spawn, and also Talith comes in for the double kill. Banditos did not like what happened in the beginning. They are here to play. They get the 3-cap back. Meanwhile, Fizz has taken the drill and is now in a very weird position in this duel against Riven, and the refinery is still the point of focus. Zimike running quite low, and Wawix trying to chase down a Parkhurst, and they're actually going to leave that refinery to be taken care of by possibly Malphite, I hope, or are they just going to leave that there and continue on and just keep shifting focus? Fizz is now back down at the Boneyard.
And over at the drill, you got 3 people capping it. They don't need 3 there. We got Garrison goes off on the bottom. Eulalia able to save that, but Kraogg Lerch is down there, and Chavez Obama is right behind. Eulalia taking a bunch of damage, throws that sapling, gets the twisted advance, shuts that grave digger down. They immediately turn around and turn their attention towards the quest objective point. There is a neutral tower up at the top. Wawix is doing the best that he can to get a Parkhurst down to try and get in range to get an interrupt, and is he? No, not able to get that interrupt down up top, unfortunately. Bottom end of the map, they really want to get this quest objective. There's minions on it. They're firing their guns. Krog's getting hit for a ton of damage. The point does get captured. They get the quest objective buff, although I don't think Chavez Obama can defend that on his own. He's doing the best that he can, but he is going to fall in a forest, and someone is going to hear it. Yes, he goes down, unfortunately, and it looks like Blind Pick is going to pick up that bottom point. But while that's going on, Archos is on the top end of the map. He gets the neutral. He might be able to get that cap before Zyra is able to arrive.
That was, I mean, it was sad that they weren't able to hold on to the Boneyard. Actually, Zyra going to get the interrupt, stops the capture, coming just in time, and because of Malphite's health, no, Xin Zhao shows up though, so there's the aggressive unstoppable force, but there's the Zyra ultimate, and the bandage toss ensures the knockup, going to get the kill with Crystal Sad Mummy. The plant is still helping Amumu put out damage here. Zimike comes back with a sliver of health to try to get the root to assist Amumu, but minion is actually going to come up and help secure that windmill for Cheese Enema. Meanwhile, Fizz is putting pressure onto the Boneyard and now going to pinch Yorick and try to duel this out with Maokai. No, they're actually just going to be on the run. It's Jayce and Yorick. They don't want to have to fight that. They're both bruiser-ish people with tons of damage that are sustained. Look at that damage going down onto that poor tree. And Yorick trying to chase through on Fizz turns to Maokai as Maokai was caught behind. But the 3-cap is now back in favor of Cheese Enema still. This is an absolutely exciting and close match. Yorick still trying to chase through on Fizz. Fizz is hiding behind that figure there, gets caught and is running through the tower, but Yorick's going to start channeling that Fizz. The only way to stop that is to get up close because Fizz is a melee champion. No, there is the ultimate, and the playful trickster and Maokai coming through is going to get the kill onto Yorick. No, Yorick's going to get out of that ult before it can activate again. Survive is getting some sustain and gets away for the time being. Wow,
Eulalia just narrowly escaping that. She is going to circle back around, however, and get those ghouls going once again. Gets knocked back by Talith. PA Chavez Obama forced back onto the point. Archos and a Parkhurst jousting with each other. Lerch and Zhao jousting with each other. Although Lerch running into Talith PA right there, and that's a Lerch sandwich. He is going to go down. Unfortunately, Cheese Enema has 3 points. They are doing okay for the moment, but they're going to need backup up on the top end of the map as a Parkhurst pushes this minion wave up. Zyra is on her way up as well, and Talith with that Storm Shield is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Kraogg heading up to the top, but I don't think it's going to be able to be held with just him and Maokai alone. Wawix needs to get up here with that Vayne.
Wawix is making as much speed as he can on that Vayne, but the fight has already begun up top. The siege goes down. There's the Garrison, though. That's going to give Wawix just enough time to get back through, but Maokai is so low he can't aggress or initiate safely right now unless it's a sacrifice. So is Xin Zhao going to come up? No, Xin Zhao's just going to come down here, make this a 2v1 and see if they can get the Boneyard, while the 3 toppers just trying to stall this fight, but it is not looking too good. The Zyra ultimate is just too good alongside Amumu, and then there's Jayce and Riven putting out tons of damage individually. However, as I mentioned, the 2v1 goes successfully for Cheese Enema, and they're going to reset the 3 cap for themselves back here down at the Boneyard.
They are able to sustain their 3 cap that they have going on right here. Xin Zhao is heading towards the opposite end of the map. They want to get there to stop this. Do we have a Garrison ready? Can we hit it with something? No, not quite. Archos is going to have to dive in and interrupt this the old-fashioned way. Throws down that shard, starts chasing Talith, but Talith runs right into Lerch, and Wawix there. Things not going so good for him. It looks like they're going up. Are they going to make a play for Jaja? It looks like that's what they're trying to do, and with that Broken Wings on cooldown, trying to get that distance, they're not going to have any sort of sudden burst movements to get away. Got that Condemn almost to safety for a moment, but a Garrison is thrown down on that tower to interrupt the cap that Lerch was going for, and now they're just hanging on right outside the fire as they look for a position to engage.
Meanwhile, bot lane, it's a one-on-one duel between Maokai and Yorick, but Elia needs to watch out as Kraogg comes through on Fizz. Elia is pinched right now, not in a good place, is forced to run. There's the Earth, and there's the Twisted Advance, a little bit stacked too much, but they still have a ton of damage coming down onto Elia. Elia will go down. Meanwhile, top lane, Archos and Wawix have come out victorious, but Talith is having none of that, comes for the cleanup double kill, and still manages to save the win.
People getting Jayced up at the top with that Mercury Cannon, and Kraogg and Jaja meeting each other and dancing. They're dancing. Nope, they don't like each other. They're going to walk away. They're parting ways amicably right there. Kraogg goes for the bottom, and he's going to begin capping that. Riven says, hey, wait a minute. That was actually Fizz. He's not on my team. Maybe I should do something about that. Decides to turn around. Eulalia is right there as well. Jaja's almost in range to get that Keepers. Nope, I'm Fizz. I'm not actually. I'm just going to pole vault. I'm an Olympian. You know, that's what's up. Archos and Zimike in the middle of the map. You have Plants on Fire versus a green rock that's covered in moss. Guy with spear, Amumu bandage toss. We got the AoE goes down from Zimike there, but Zimike getting low on health very, very quickly. Talith circles around to deliver some damage from behind, but he gets airborne there. Jaja coming up to the fight, and they are going to be able to clean that up. Wawix over there killing creeps at the refinery. And I think they're going to make a play for it right now. Blind Pick is diving pretty fast for it. Wawix is probably aware of this. He is now that Amumu pokes his head out, and he's going to turn around to have to try and defend this. And he chases a Parkhurst away, but he just has to delay until his team gets there. He can't win that fight, and Blind Pick, seeing that the opportunity is lost now, they are going to go ahead and back off.
That was really, really good decision making from Blind Pick. They, as you mentioned, saw that they lost that window of opportunity. Despite it being an objective, the enemy was up. They needed to retreat, but they got the Storm Shield now, so Jayce is super, super scary. Almost gets a huge chunk of Xin Zhao's health right there, but Xin Zhao is going to be saved by a half a second. Meanwhile, bottom lane, it's looking like the same situation. Once again, Fizz is coming in from behind, and Eulalia senses something, gets those Spidey senses rolling, and here comes Fizz with that playful trickster. There's a sapling. Not a good day to beat Eulalia, Yorick, and bot lane just absolutely getting shut down back to back. Meanwhile, Wawix not in a good place. Oh, the final hour tumble dodges the Keepers from Riven, and tons of damage coming out from those silver bullets. Meanwhile, though, Archos gets absolutely burst down on the Malphite. Now it's a 1v3 between Lerch and the other 3 members. Wawix does come out victorious against Riven. However, can Vayne survive? No. Maokai comes in, though, is still saving this. They don't want to give up this objective tower right now. Yorick sees this opportunity, pushes out bot lane, but Fizz is going to come to defend the tower for the time being, and Cheese Enema once again has held Blind Pick Banditos off, but if this continues, Blind Pick will slowly tick away at Cheese Enema's Nexus health and come out with a much greater advantage right now. They did draw out the ultimate, the Omen of Death from Yorick here in the bot lane. Kraogg actually doing some good damage, but will get taken down. Elia will pay for that though, but the tower gets neutralized, so the Ghost is going to be able to do some work against Maokai, not allowing him to channel this and capture it anytime sooner. Meanwhile, top lane, that gives Archos and Lerch some time to get this objective tower. They will get the capture, and that will allow them to get a 3-cap back for maybe just a short time, but they do have that damage buff now.
That damage buff is going to be absolutely vital. It's especially going to be useful on Fizz with the way that he has just been hammering away at people. So it's going to be a major boon to their play right here. Zhao+ and a Parkhurst are pretty close to tower. Takes a seismic shard right there, but they have 4 up here. Vayne is too far away to really be able to help right now. Zhao+ taking a ton of damage, getting earthed right there. And Lerch, how long are you going to live, buddy? Is it going to be okay? No, not quite, but Wawix does show up at the fight. Immediately goes for a Parkhurst. And Talith is really low on health. Are we going to have a... Yes! Vayne is going to get that. Is Vayne going to go for the triple? Can Wawix take down zimike? Not with Zhao+ there. It's probably not going to happen. Really dives for it with the tumble, but isn't quite able to get in range to be able to do anything about it. Gets bandage tossed by a Parkhurst and gets a free trip back to the summoner platform. Blind Pick Banditos is going to get the windmill.
Wow, just the shift of focus back and forth from both teams. It's very impressive. Once again, this game is super close, just like game 1. It keeps shifting back and forth. And bot lane, Maokai and Yorick have just been trading back and forth, but it's been Enema who's been sending more support down to bot lane. They haven't had as much success this time. Oh, the playful trickster almost catches Elia, but Elia will be able to teleport back in time. Meanwhile, Jayce catches Malphite, but Amumu's right behind Jayce, and so is Riven and Zyra. This is a 4v2. No, Shin's down. You need to watch out. Jumps in a little bit too fast without really assessing the situation. Lerch now completely on the run, but all 4 people are chasing him, which means that it's a 2v1 bot, but Kraogg has already made his way up top. They want to stop this chase, because if Blind Pick Banditos can take away some kills here, they're going to go straight for the refinery. Enema knows that's what's coming, so Fizz is going to run right by them and try to set up for the defense here, but it's going to be a 4v1 if he stays alone, so Kraogg needs to watch out. He is a melee champion, dodges the bandage toss, going to break that channel, but is going to just jump onto Amumu first, and then draw out the damage from Riven to break that channel, but they will still get the neutralizer. There's still 4 people there. It's not looking too good for Enema at this point.
It is not, unfortunately. Blind Pick is really... They've had a lot of late game momentum. In both games, we've seen that things were back and forth for a while, but then as the game went on, they slowly started to look stronger and stronger and stronger. But instead of it taking 20 minutes for them to really hit their peak, it's only taking them 15 so far this game. Down at the bottom, Elia has the backup this time. Zhao+ in the building coming down to help out against Chavez Obama. Wawix sees this and goes in for Elia right there. Kraogg coming down to help out as well, and they are able to secure that kill. They're going for Zhao+ next, but they go 2 different directions at the same time, and Zhao+ is able to back off and head back over towards that tower. Archos and the Parkhurst trading blows, everyone hitting everybody else. Big AoE goes off by Zyra right there, followed up by an AoE from Amumu, and now Archos goes down. Blind Pick Banditos seems unstoppable now.
They should be able to get at least this neutralizer if this play this right. They might be able to even just burst down Chavez Obama immediately. It's a 3v1 even with the tower. Maokai's ult is no longer there. He does keep just trying to stall this for a little bit longer, but they do eventually take him out. Can they get the neutralize? Vayne and Malphite have shown if they do get the neutralize at the sacrifice of Amumu. Will they be able to? No, the Riven just dashing out as the condemn comes through actually saves Riven by a mile. They leave Maokai to recap that refinery. Zhao is starting to recap the quarry down at bot, and they're gonna try to siege Blind Pick Banditos, excuse me, here at the windmill. But can they do it? They don't have much time. This is pretty much their last chance to try to tie this up for the finals of DominateDominion number 15. It is a full-on fight. It's a 4v2 right now in favor of Enema. This is the chance that they've been looking for. They need to burst on Talith immediately and get this neutralized and hopefully get the tower, but no. Zhao+ has shown up on Riven. All Blind Pick needs to do is stall right now, and Zhao+ is doing exactly that. Picks up a double kill as a matter of fact, and the Nexus tower is still ticking down. Zhao+ is still alive, gets a triple kill single-handedly right now against 4 people, still gets the stun with the help of the tower, eventually gets shut down, but that might be game. Everyone, only 4 ticks left. Maokai, I don't think, can get this neutralized before the Nexus dies, and that's going to be victory for Blind
Pick Banditos is going to be your champions in a 2-0 finals here, DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 15.